Hey there, fellow story enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel. Today's narrative is an absolute must-watch from start to finish, so stick around. Why I don't feel guilty for moving out and leaving my siblings. For context, I 20F have 9 younger siblings. The youngest and I have a 20-year age gap. I grew up helping my parents care for my younger siblings. The responsibility only grew as I got older. My dad worked full-time and my mom was either pregnant or recovering from pregnancy, so I did anything and everything for my siblings. I changed diapers, prepared baby bottles, gave them baths, stay up until 4 a.m. rocking them to sleep, etc. As they got older, I would make lunches, help with homework, stayed up late with them when they were sick, and made meals. I knew how to cook basic things by the age of 5, and I cooked full meals for the whole family by the time I was 11 years old. As soon as I would get home from school, I would have to help out with them as well as do chores. I did everything for chores as well: dishes, floors, bathrooms, etc. A lot of the responsibilities fell on me. Now, just to be clear, I really love my siblings and don't resent them at all for having to care for them. We all get along pretty well. My dad was usually tired after work and my mom was always tired, so they only helped with chores a couple times a week. My parents were never really appreciative of me for helping out. Whenever I would take a break or had a day where I was tired or didn't want to do anything, they would call me lazy. When I reached my mid-teen years, there would be a bunch of arguing between me and them, and it was always because I never did enough. So last year, I moved out. It was mostly because of my parents, and I just couldn't handle the stress of arguing all the time and being told all the stuff that made me feel horrible. They were not happy that I left at all. On their end, they just lost a free babysitter. On my end, I am so much happier. I moved to a different city, I got a new job, and things are going great. Now the topic at hand. My little sister, let's call her Lily, is now 3. Lily was born in 2020, so because there was little to no school that year for me, I had much more spare time. I spent my time taking care of her and we became really close, more so than my other siblings. Most of my day I would spend with her. I did everything to care for her, see above. When the next school year came, and it was only part-time and the other half was online, so I still spent time with her. That was my last year of high school, so when I graduated, I had even more time for her. I was the one spending more time taking care of her than either of my parents. When I moved out, it was hard on Lily. She would cry and ask my mom where I was. I don't live far, so I visit every month or so and stay for a few days at a time. Lily is always so happy to see me when I visit, but she gets really sad when I have to leave. Because I left on sort of a bad note with my parents, it's hard for me to stay for long at their house when I visit. If it weren't for my siblings, I wouldn't visit my parents as often and would go almost completely no contact. There have been so many times I did not want to go and see them because I knew it would be stressful, but I was thinking about my brothers and sisters. Now here's the thing, my other siblings aren't affected too much by me leaving. They like it when I visit, but they don't cry when I leave like my Lily does. My younger brother actually said to me one time that he didn't even know I moved out. He thought I was going on vacation a lot, lol. That's where the problem is. I was sacrificing my mental health staying with my parents and having constant arguments while I was there so I could see my siblings. But who I was really worried about this whole time was Lily. To be clear, my siblings have everything they need. They are happy, healthy, and safe. I just want to clarify because there is no real reason for me to worry about them. Lily was the reason I delayed moving out and the reason I was scared to move to a different city. Lily was the reason I was homesick and why I would cry, wishing I never left. I didn't realize how much my relationship with Lily was affecting me and how I make decisions. I have felt so guilty for leaving my siblings when it was actually me having separation guilt. What we had was less of a sister relationship and more like a mom-daughter relationship because I was the one who mostly raised her. I was treating it more like I got divorced with my parents and have some weird custody agreement where I can see Lily every month or so, but I feel bad that I don't see her more. I hope that makes sense. I was trying to come up with an example that fit. It took me a while to figure it out, but now that I have the realization, it changes the way I think. She is my sister and not my daughter. I am not responsible for her and she will be fine without me. It isn't good for either of us to have this attachment. Whatever the reason was for me moving out, I shouldn't have to feel guilty for moving out and starting my life. I would have had to move out at some point or another, so there's no reason for me to feel guilty. I love all my siblings, and of course I will still visit them when I am in the city, but I will not extend my stay at the cost of my mental health. It's been so great moving out, and I am the happiest I've been in a long time. This was the one thing that was holding me back, and now I feel that I am completely free to make my own decisions.